Hunter Biden was just convicted. How does this verdict impact the ongoing argument about the legal system's impartiality and treatment of political figures? Come with us as we try to analyze the effects of the Hunter verdict on the American political and legal landscape. So come on, let's go.
Hunter Biden has been found guilty on all counts in his gun trial, federal trial in Wilmington, Delaware. All right, Leo, your first response.
My first response is I go back to the Harris Faulkner Leo Terrell segment about 6 months ago. When you asked me that question, is there any way that plea deal could be stopped? I said the judge. The judge played a major role in the rule of law by saying, I'm not going to agree to this plea deal, had questions, and that's why we're here today. The American public needs to know that. That is the rule of law, and I applaud the judge.
Since the beginning of his hush money trial, Mr. Trump has claimed that the Biden family is politically persecuting him. He has repeatedly stated that the Biden family has weaponized the Department of Justice to target him. Trump also accused the DOP of exclusively targeting Republican Party members. But Hunter Biden's conviction raises questions about Trump's claims. In this video, we'll discuss the credibility of Mr. Trump's claims following Hunter Biden's conviction, as well as the impact of the conviction on Trump and Biden's campaign. This has been a wild week in America. We've received not one, but two high-profile convictions. The former president and the current president's son have been convicted. This has proven, however, that the law applies equally to all. It does not matter if you're the president or his son. If you commit a crime, you'll be held accountable. The two political parties' reactions to the verdict were strikingly different. After Trump's conviction, there was a significant outcry from his supporters. But Biden's family and Democrats appear to have accepted the verdict with ease. Let us look at how Trump reacted following the verdict, and then Biden's reaction to his son's conviction.
This was a disgrace. This was a rigged trial by a conflicted judge who was corrupt. It's a rigged trial, a disgrace. They wouldn't give us a venue change. We were at 5% or 6% in this district, in this area. This was a rigged, disgraceful trial. The real verdict is going to be November 5th.
Yes, Mr. Trump had spoken out against witnesses, prosecutors, jurors, and the judge. He claimed that the Biden administration did this to hurt a political opponent. Although the Justice Department was not involved in the case, he called it a rigged decision. Revenge can be justified, Trump told TV psychologist Phil McGraw last week, indicating his thoughts on the political situation. The former president told Fox News last week that he had every right to go after the Bidens. Since then, Trump has been warning he'd use political powers to punish his political opponents and bend the legal system to his will. Let us take a look at how President Biden has responded to his son's conviction. So there you have it, folks. President Biden has handled the verdict well and has refused to obstruct the American justice system. His own Justice Department secured a guilty verdict on Tuesday, potentially resulting in jail time for his son and harming his own 2024 campaign. Even Hunter Biden did not criticize the judge or the prosecutors. He simply stated that he was grateful for his family's love and support and felt blessed to be clean again. Let us look at two Trump claims that were debunked by Hunter's conviction. First, the Hunter verdict raises questions on Trump's central argument that he is a victim of a weaponized legal system run by a Justice Department that only targets Republicans, which he is using to defend himself in 4 criminal cases, several civic cases, and his entire presidential campaign.
I mean, if anything, this shows the difference that Democrats are willing to accept when our justice system works as functioned and as designed. We're not here contesting the results. We're not here trying to defund the FBI or the Department of Justice because we don't like the outcome of a given trial.
Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is quite right. Now, secondly, Trump insisted that he could not get a fair verdict in Manhattan, which is predominantly Democratic. But Delaware is a blue state, and a jury recently convicted the president's son. One juror told CNN on Tuesday that politics was never brought up during the deliberations. Jurors in Trump's trial have yet to speak, possibly due to fears of being identified as a result of the former president's intimidation tactics. If Biden had been acquitted, Republicans would undoubtedly have claimed that a biased jury in a state where everyone appears to know the first family had proven their point. However, the guilty verdict raises questions on this argument. However, Trump supporters criticized the verdict. House Oversight Chairman James Comer described the Delaware trial as a step towards accountability. He also stated that the entire Biden family should be held accountable.
Justice has not been served. Justice will not be served until the Department of Justice takes into account all of the financial crimes that the entire Biden family committed. It wasn't just Hunter Biden. It was also Joe Biden and Jim Biden. The entire family benefited from the Biden influence peddling schemes. We had 3 people testify who were once partners with Hunter Biden in these schemes. They testified under oath that the Bidens were selling the Biden brand. They were selling access to Joe Biden.
Chairman James Comer has raised some interesting points. Let's see if he can take these to court. Speaker Mike Johnson said on X, "A year ago, Hunter Biden was offered a sweetheart deal that would have allowed him to bypass the justice system on these charges. Because whistleblowers spoke out and House Republicans sounded the alarm, Hunter was brought to court. He was found guilty of all charges. Now it's time for the DOJ to investigate the rest of Biden's family's business dealings." Trump almost fervent supporters, Georgia Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene, baselessly suggested on X that a verdict produced by a jury of his peers was some kind of elaborate plot. Hunter Biden just became the deep state's sacrificial lamb to show that the justice system is balanced, while the other Biden crimes remain ignored, she wrote on X. That's all for today, folks. Thanks for watching. God bless America.